Hello everyone and welcome to These two teams went the distance the first time they met this season back on September 29th. It was a 3-2 Marblehead win at the Falcons' Nest in Danvers. The Falcons come into the game losing their last one to Beverly, another 5-setter, 3-2. They have exchanged wins and losses through the last 6 matches. They are 7-11 overall. They are ranked number 28th in Division II. The Magicians looking to start a new win streak here today, coming off a win against Notre Dame Academy. They're second against the team that bounced them from the tournament last year. The Magicians are going to get the first serve up in the air right here. And it was a fault. So the first point goes to the Falcons. The Magicians are 12-3 overall, and they are ranked number 15 in Division II, up from number 17 after that win over Notre Dame Academy. First serve for Danvers. Played by Wabno, then Johnson. And it's 2-0 Falcons. Second serve here for Audrey Lapine. Wabno Johnson back to Wabno, blocked at the net. And the Magicians are on the board. Wabno with her first serve. Johnson sets up Sweetenham, and that goes too long. Point to Danvers. It's 3-1. Kira, the reigning NEC Player of the Year in her junior season, could be on her way to a 2-time award. Her 500th kill in their game against Notre Dame. 500th career kill. But her first 2 attempts here go out of bounds. She'll return this serve. Have another chance, blocked at the net. Off Parkman's fingers, Wabno, a deep hit over the net. Returned, Isabel steps up. Johnson steps up and sets up Potvin. Great rally here between the two teams. Sweetenham's shot was blocked at the net, but dug out by Lapine, and we continue play. Lapine finishes on that one. Should believe that was Jessica Walsh, number 14, who sent it over. But either way, it's the 5th Danvers point. The Magicians got a finger on it, but couldn't play it. Another kill attempt by Sweetenham, blocked at the net, and it's 6-1, not the start the Magicians expected. The Magicians took the first game and the first meeting between these two teams. It was 25-16. Then Danvers won sets 2 and 3. Both to the brink, 26-24 and extra points in set 2, 25-23 in set 3, getting to 25 by 2. And there's a good serve by Wabno, deflects out of bounds by the Falcons, and it's 6-3. 2 straight points for the Magicians. And the Magicians forcing game 5, won it 15-12. To take the match 3-2. Sweetenham blocks at the net. A little confusion between the officials. And they're going to give the point to the Danvers. 7-3. Served by Hansen. Potvin sends it over, just a tad out of bounds, and it's 8-3. Tristan Hansen will serve again. 8 seniors on the Danvers roster, 7 seniors on the Magicians roster. 2 experienced teams who have played a lot of matches against each other over the last few years, and a lot of tight ones. Sweetenham right at the middle of the net, taps it over off the hands of Cicerone and down to the floor for a Magicians point. Sweetenham gets set up and finishes. Magicians down by 3. Falcons can't save it. 3 straight for the Magicians. Back in it at 8-6. Here's Potvin. Just gets over on a line. Sweetenham looks to finish, and it's out of bounds. Off the dive in Maxine Lapine. Maxine wears number 6, Audrey wears 16. We've played 15 points. This is point 16. 8-7. Magicians trying to tie it up, but they cannot. Tapped over nicely by Cicerone. It's 9-7. That was the best stretch so far for the Magicians. 4 straight points. Both teams have had stretches of 4 straight. Serve goes to Wabno. Way up high to Potvin. Across to Kay, who sends it over. That one comes off Potvin's wrist a little wrong. Parkman able to save it, and the Magicians get it over, and on the third hit, or second hit by Danvers, trying to set up her teammate, goes out of bounds off of Ava Newton. Service back to the Magicians, down by 1. And Sweetenham serves it into the net, gives the my bad symbol. A little tap of her chest, and it's 10-8. Danvers. Ava Newton gonna come from the far corner. Throws it way up in the air. Potvin under it. Wabno with the spike. And the point for the Magicians. Isabel had some powerful spikes in warm-ups. There's a prime example of it in game. Back-to-back points as Danvers can't return it. And we're tied up at 10. First tie since 0-0. Held up at the net between both players. A very clean effort for neither of them to hit the net. Wabno sends it too deep, and it's a Danvers point. They take the lead back. But a good battle. They've outscored Danvers 7-3 since it was 8-4 Falcons. Good spike by Greta Sachs, a freshman, seen a lot of action here early on. Very tall for her age, and right there at the net to knock it down and over. Danvers is going to argue the call. The point went to the Magicians. They will take the point off the board, I believe. Service stays with Danvers, so it's 12-10. Wabno spike, too far. And it says 12-10 on the scoreboard now, so they must have just nullified that point. That previous possession, if you will. Here's Kay. Returned nicely by DePaulo, or blocked nicely. Look at Sweetenham getting down to the floor underneath that one. Spiked, Parkman's there. Wabno. Tough play for Danvers. Third hit, they get it over to Sweetenham. Sacks, the finish. DePaulo couldn't dig it out, and it's 12-11. Tight first game here between the Magicians and Falcons. Lofton serve makes the Falcons come up and charge it. That's Ava Newton with the tough play. Point goes to Marblehead. Let's see if Kay does that again with her serve. Little lob shot, this time on a line, but right into the net. 13-12. Unforced or self-inflicted error there by the Magicians. Audrey Lapine to serve. Left-handed serve, gets over. It's Wabno, then Johnson, and Potvin. Return by DePaulo. Third hit. In the right place for Jess Walsh. The Danvers senior puts her team back up by 2. Sophia DePaulo, the sophomore libero, number 1 in the gray shirt for the Falcons, having a nice first game. Returning some tough serves and volleys from the Magicians. Sachs tries to throw it down. Makes a tough play for Danvers. Magicians back on the board, 14-13, within 1. Put over by Newton off the Wabno serve. Isabel has a chance to send it back. Third hit for Danvers. From Callahan off the hands of Parkman and out of bounds. May have gone out on its own. That kills the Magician's serve. Makes it 15-13. Johnson with the setup, the assist as Sweetenham finishes. Good kill by Kira, adding to that career total. Up over 500. Team back within a point. Lucy Sabin into the game for the Magicians, standing center net. Gets her hands on that one for the block, but it lands on the Magicians' side for the Danvers point. Maxine Lapine with the serve. Parkman, Johnson, then Potvin, too long. Point to Danvers, 17-14. Wabno from right in the middle of the square, sends it too far. A good setup by Johnson. Wabno just couldn't find the right side of the court or the interior of the court. Magicians are back down by 4. Biggest lead for Danvers since it was 9-4. Excuse me, since it was 8-4. 4 is their biggest lead. The Magicians scored 4 straight to get back in it last time. See if they can do that here near the end of the set. This is the first of 3 games this week for the Magicians as they close out their regular season. Tournament pairings for volleyball will come out on Halloween on Monday morning. Hopefully it's treats, not tricks from the MIAA seating committee when they evaluate the Magicians. And currently ranked 15th in Division II. Not sure how many buys there will be. Sometimes there's up to 16 buys in that first round. Then they'll have preliminary round games. So the Magicians might get matched up right away or might have a few days off and await an opponent. As out of the timeout, Sweetenham gets a kill, and it's 18-15. Senior captain Julia Potvin with a nice serve. Difficult dig for Callahan, but Falcons make it work. Here's Sweetenham right into the net. Can't believe it. Hands over her mouth and a glance to the bench. Not her sharpest moment, but she'll recover. 19-15 in favor of the Falcons. Set number 1. Potvin came up on that, made it challenging for her. Magicians able to get it over. Here's going to be a tough second hit. The Magicians run it down, can't get there. It was hard off Wobno's fists. And now they're down by 5, 20-15. Another timeout for Marblehead. Not the game that the Magicians expected so far. Down by 5, having to call 2 timeouts here in game 1 after jumping all over the Falcons in their own building in the first meeting between the 2 teams. 25-16, the Magicians took that game. The Falcons came to play here today. Figured it'd be a pretty good battle as the last one went 5 sets. Could be in for a long one here tonight. Here's Hansen. Sweetenham and Potvin. Kay sends it over. That's in. I like the way she lofts it over. The Magicians have had a couple come over the net too strong. So Kay switching it up. Has scored on 2 Lofton balls. And another error by Sweetenham. And it's 21-16. Right back to a 5-point lead. And a friendly fire there as Ava Newton sent that one too high, drills her teammate right in the back. That one never had a chance. Mentioned first time she served, she comes such a long way, throws the ball so high in the air. The timing has to be right to get that over. There's so much involved in that serve. Sometimes just want to keep it simple. The Magicians looking to close the gap. Sweetenham down to the court. Wobno wants to finish. Danvers with the return. Tegan Kay with the block at the net. Wobno can't find it for hit number 2. And it's 22-17. Wabno, Kay late on it. Sachs able to get it over. Spike by Callahan, played by Potvin. Parkman able to get it over. All three captains involved for the Magicians on that one. But the play is finished by Audrey Lapine, 23-17, Falcons. Sweetenham able to save it on the first hit. The Magicians able to get it over. Potvin to Parkman, but not under control. The Magicians with Wabno. She is. Falcons on one hit, send it right back for the point. Find a seam in the middle, 24-17. Set point for the Falcons, and it's the sophomore DePaolo to serve. To the player of the year, then Potvin, and Wabno into the net. Danvers takes set number 1, 25-17. We'd like to thank National Grand Bank for being our community partner in bringing you MHS Sports on MHTV. Again, Danvers leads 1-0, 25-17 after the first. We'll be back with more volleyball action right after this. Welcome back for game number 2. Danvers leads at 1-0. Danvers had the same situation in the first meeting between these two teams where Magicians, they took game 1, and Danvers responded by taking sets 2 and 3. So let's see how the Magicians respond here on their home court. The Magicians have had win streaks of 5 and 6 this season during their 12 and 3 run to this point. They don't have to do anything to win the first point of set number 2 as Danvers serves it into the net. They'll take that start. Oh, what a play by DePaolo to save that one. And Parkman just pokes at it. Not a great play, upset with herself. Evens it at 1. During their 6-game win streak, Danvers just happened to be the second win. If they want to start another win streak here tonight, this will be their second win, coming off their win over Notre Dame Academy. Good block at the net on that point. Earn themselves back to serve. Lucy Sabin comes back in, replacing Greta Sachs. Front and center. Callahan couldn't return it, couldn't dig it out. Good serve by Parkman, and it's a 3-1 Magicians lead. Going right back at her, this time able to make a play. Pushed over. The setup was intended for Newton, but Lapine sent it over the net and out of bounds, and it's 4-1 Marblehead. Off to Paolo and out of bounds. Parkman putting together a nice set of serves here, finding a good rhythm. That's 4 straight. This is the biggest lead of the night for the Magicians. DePaolo backs up for that one. Lapine under it. Sent over by Newton. Wabno makes a run-in play. Across court with Sweetnam. DePaolo with one hand fists it, keeps it alive. Tapped over. The Magicians can't play it. What a play by little Sophia DePaolo for Danvers. She is having an impressive start here tonight. Helps her team break the serve, and it's 5-2. Good stretch for Parkman there. Let's see if the Magicians can get it back. Off the net, Potvin, good concentration, stays with it. She'll have the first and third touch. Newton tries to spike, blocked at the net. Great combination between Sabin and Potvin. Set up for Sweetnam. Too far. Kira is just a little bit off tonight, and it's 5-3. Might need to take a little bit off of her spikes. Everything is long from Kira so far. At least when she gets up in the air. Try the other side with Wabno. The refs discuss, but too far on that one, I think, as well. And that's 3 straight points for Danvers. One ref thought that was in, the other ref thought it was out. The one up top thought it was in, the one on the floor out, and the one on the floor overturned. The head ref. Next point goes to the Magicians as Danvers hit it into the net. Here's Potvin playing the very high ball from Parkman. Parkman digs that one out even though it was going out of bounds. Referee giving out so many hand signals. Tough to tell what he's calling. It's the table doesn't even know who the point goes to. It's Danvers 6-5. Spiked off the knuckles of Potvin, a short spike. Another point for the Falcons. They tie it up at 6. 2 points ago, that was Madeline Cole at the net who made contact with the net, trying to return it over. A nice effort by Cole, so close. Still not sure the officials were right. There's a great spike from Sweetnam. A much better angle for Kira on that one. Able to hit her target, 7-6. Lapine back to Sweetnam. Parkman has to charge to play it. Miscommunication by the Falcons. They all watch it. Falls right in between everybody. It's 8-6 Magicians. Sweetnam serving left to right in this set, finding better success. 2 good ones. Sabin makes a nice play, gonna have a chance at a block. The Falcons put it around her outstretched arms. Falls to the floor, and it's 8-7. Falcons hanging in there. Magicians had a 5-1 lead. Wobno, Newton, an awkward play. She'll have some floor burns from that one. Rising up to spike, it's Callahan, but there are 2 Magicians there to block it. And Sabin makes a second play at the net. And the always energetic senior Lucy Sabin makes 2 great plays. She'll have service herself with a 9-7 lead. There's an ace from Lucy, and it's 10-7. Returnable serve, 3rd hit coming. It's going to be a long one from Sweetnam. Success. Tapped over, Wobno's under it. Right back to Isabel. One more chance for Danvers, sent over. Long for Sweetnam. Isabel again, palms this one over. And 2 hits from Greta Sachs. Tapped the first one, didn't know what to do with the second one. A little bit of inexperience from the freshman, possibly, but nobody really around her to save it. Point to the Falcons, 10-8. DePaulo tries to go across court with the serve. Gives it right back to the Magicians, 11-8. Tamia Johnson to serve. Targets DePaulo. 3rd hit from Hanson. Excuse me, that was Newton for Danvers. This is her again. 2nd spike, but this time right into the net. The Magicians able to return the first one. No need on this one. MHS back up by 4. That one skims off Tamia Johnson and out of bounds. 12-9 as we go back and forth here in set number 2. Falcons lead at 1-0. Trail by 3 points with the serve. Lapine, cross court. This one off of Johnson, sort of off her bicep area. Not under it enough on a tough angle. Danvers cracking into the lead a little bit more, trail by 2. Lapine, Wabno, clean play. Potvin, little tap over the blockers. Tough play for Lapine. Great play by Potvin and that senior experience. 13-10. Hard serve. Tough return. Wabno with the first hit. Johnson couldn't play it. Close to the net. Point to Danvers, 13-11. Falcons staying close, within 2-3 points. Trying to get back within 1. Johnson will set up Sweetnam. Off the fingertips of the blockers and out of bounds. 14-11. Kira finding a groove here in the second. This is the second of 4 straight home games for the Magicians to end the regular season. A gift when it comes to scheduling. Another point for Kira and the Magicians. They lead at 15-11. Only 1 loss here at home this season to Masco. The Magicians went 0-2 against Masco this year. Their only other loss against Beverly in the opening game of the season. Good point as the ball hit the net. Fell over for the Falcons, 15-12. Wabno with the first touch on the serve. Johnson pushes it over. Newton up to play it. Sweetnam crushes one. Past Callahan. Perfect placement by Kira. Johnson, a really good assist as Kira lets her know. Great ball. Those two have quite the connection. Both seniors. There will be big shoes to fill next year on this team. What a play there by Potvin. Buries it in the back corner. The teammates love it. 17-12. The Magicians with their biggest lead by 5. Touched at the net. Kira able to concentrate. The Magicians get it over. Tapped over by Cicerone into space. And the Falcons get the serve back, trailing by 4. The initial block at the net made it tough for the Magicians to keep the play alive. That one's too long, out of bounds. Lead back to 5. Sweetnam with the serve. Wabno with the return. She finishes. 19-13. The Magicians trying to run away with set number 2. Good spike by Newton, but cool, calm, and collected. Retrieved by Kira. The Magicians can't keep play alive at the net. 19-14. The Magicians are picking up 2 points to every one for Danvers over the last 10 or so. They give it right back again. Second straight serve into the net. Danvers has not strung 2 points together since points 9 and 10 for them. Outscored 8-4 since that point. Block at the net. Great play. Cole and Sachs were there. Play continues. Long volley. Sweetenham calls it out. Plays it right into the middle. Playable for Wabno. Spiked, blocked. Sachs keeps it alive. Then Wabno spinning down to the court. But the Magicians can't chase it down for hit number 3. And there are 2 straight points. Weird play there by Potvin. Spun off her hand. (2017). Danvers back in it. Oh, nice play by Cole. She and Sachs are having a big second game. Third hit. Potvin sends it over. Near side spike from Callahan, returned by Parkman. Wabno over, and they win the point. Great effort by both teams, but the Magicians cash in 21-17. They'll bring Johnson back on to serve. Cole with a great sequence of points there at the net for the Magicians. Standing strong. Johnson just gets it over. Off Parkman's fingertips. Had some lead in her shoes. 21-18. Falcons lead at 1-0. Wabno over. Blocked by Lapine. Newton with a good return. Here's Sweetenham. Johnson. Lapine. And pushed over. That's 2 hits by Sachs. The second time that's happened to her. And the Falcons are back within 2 points. It's the closest they've been since it was 9-7. Sachs, too long. 1 point game. Not sure what the Magicians saw there. The refs are having a tough time tonight. They are not on the same page. It's difficult to be off the same page. There's only 2 of you. Could drop a pin in the gym right now and hear it as Colleen Miller's argument to the referee. not going to be warranted or taken into consideration. They replay the point, but the Magicians win it, so it works out in their favor. The referee on the tower thought that Danvers touched that last one. The one on the floor thought that they didn't. I also thought they didn't. It should have been a Danvers point, but works out for MHS. Here's Sweetenham. Danvers won't catch up to that one, and it's 23-19. So instead of being 21-20, 22-19, now 23-19, a huge difference. Momentum was sort of starting to swing towards the Falcons late here in this set. Colleen Miller not happy with the officiating right now. Point to Danvers. As they say, Sachs hit the net. That one served out of bounds. 24-20, set point for Marblehead. It'll be Parkman. Bringing back in Lucy Sabin to replace Sachs. The senior captain, Parkman. She had a great stretch of serves in the first game. Blocked at the net. The two captains, Sweetenham and Parkman, combine for game point 25-20. The Magicians take set number 2. We're all even at 1. Before we get into the third set, we'd like to remind you that MHTV is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. If you're enjoying this production of MHS Sports on MHTV, please click subscribe on your YouTube page, on our YouTube page, and consider making a donation by visiting our website, marbleheadtv.org, and clicking on the donate button. We'll be back after this with the third game. We're back for set number 3, all even at a set apiece. Teams have switched sides again. The Falcons on your left in white and blue, Magicians on the right in the black and red. Both teams winning each of their games sort of in convincing fashion. As Danvers at one point had a lead of 5. That was their biggest in game 1. The Magicians had a lead of 6. And that controversial point, though, really helped the Magicians keep the momentum in game 2. And they'll continue it into game 3 as they get the first point from Tanya Johnson. Wabno and Sachs combined for the spike. Wabno up over the back of Sachs for the finish, 2-0. Great play by Johnson down to the court. And at the net, tapped over by Wabno. And Sachs was there as well. The Magicians thought they won the point. Some more confusion between the officials. Point to Danvers, and it's 2-1. Lapine to serve. That goes way out of bounds. The Magicians get the point right back, 3-1. Johnson, last hit for the Magicians. More play right at the net, blocked by the Magicians. The point goes to Danvers. Serve goes right to Sweetenham. She'll get a chance to finish it with a spike. Good block. Here comes the third hit. Newton couldn't get it over because there were two Magicians there on the far side of the court. Potvin making a big play, and it's 4-2. Parkman with the serve and Sweetenham with the block. 5-2. Parkman has probably been the best server for the Magicians here tonight. Looking for a third straight point. Here's Sweetenham. And that will be it. Off of Callahan and out of bounds. A powerful spike from Sweetenham. Unreturnable by Danvers. Kira has locked it in. And here in games, sets number 2 and 3. Potvin tries a spike. Blocked by Newton. Point to the Falcons. They trail by 3. Maxine Lapine, the older Lapine, to serve. Wabno to Johnson. Play finished by Lucy Sabin. Hard spike, ricochets out of bounds. 4-point lead early on here in set 3. And the serve, here's Potvin. Lapine sets up Cicerone, blocked by Sabin, 8-3. Lucy having a big afternoon here. A few really nice blocks through the first 2.5 games or so. Another point to the Magicians. Game 3 has opened up big in the Magicians' favor, 9-3. Their second 6-point lead of the match. Looking to make it the biggest either side has had. Set up, finished by Sweetenham. Great assist by Potvin. They lead it by 7. Biggest lead of the match. Sweetenham with the block. Denies Walsh. 11-3. Timeout Falcons. What a start here in set 3 for the Magicians. Reverse game script from the first meeting between these two taking place. In the first one, the Magicians won set number 1. Falcons took 2 and 3. Here tonight, Falcons took game number 1 from the Magicians. And MHS has bounced back, taking set 2 and a big lead here early in set 3. The Magicians wanted to be challenged late in the season after they have kind of fallen off and have had early exits from the tournament the last couple of years. And last year being knocked out from by Notre Dame Academy in the first round. So this year they scheduled a lot of tough games in the back part of their schedule, including their game with Masco 2 matches ago, in which they lost 3-0. They played Notre Dame for the second time. They had good success against them. They know Danvers always plays them tough. They have Swampscott next, which is a juiced up game for both sides. And they finish the year in a game that we'll have covered on Friday night against Ipswich, the defending Division IV state champions, and they are still as strong this year. They are 15-1. So it is a backloaded schedule for the Magicians as they eye a deeper tournament run. And the bracket seedings will come out on Monday on Halloween. They're the second best team in the NEC behind Masco. A little misjudgment on that by Sweetenham. It's 2 straight points for Danvers. 11-5 is the score here in set 3. Parkman under the serve, Potvin, and spiked by Cole for the finish. The junior Madeline Cole having a nice game. The girls up front at the net are all having nice games. That one gets over them, and the point goes to the Falcons. But Cole, Sachs, Sabin, all playing really well at the net. And Wabno and Sweetenham get up there on occasion to block it as well. There's an ace for Danvers. This deflects off Parkman. Hard serve from Newton. Number 5 for Danvers. Put it in the air as they trail by 5. There's that tough serve. He throws it so high up. Sweetenham sends it back. Third hit coming. Sent over by Cicerone. And pushed across by Potvin. A carry or a throw, whatever you want to call it. The official call. 3 straight points for Danvers. It's 12-8. Potvin to Wabno, blocked at the net. Ball continues in the right direction for MHS and falls to the floor for their point. And it's 13-8. They break the serve after 3 straight for the Falcons. Good play there by the Falcons. We'll say Sabin lifted it on that one. Too much palms, I guess, is the call there. But a good play by the front line for Danvers. It was Riley DeVitt. Looked like she was going to set the ball up forward. Ended up setting it up behind her. Confused the Magicians a bit. There's DePaolo. Spiked right back in her direction by Cole. DePaolo and Hansen collide trying to play it. MHS point, and they lead it 14-9. Daisha Amatis comes in for MHS, a junior. Stands up front with Potvin and Sachs, with Wabno and Sachs, excuse me. That one goes over Wabno's head. It was letting Parkman play it. Now we'll take some coaching from Colleen Miller, saying she needed to be further up near the net if she's going to let that one go go through to Parkman. 14-10. Isabel under that one. Set up by Johnson, but Sachs not enough lift to get it over. 14-11. Danvers chipping away, as they did in game number 2. They thought they had it within 1. Refs made a call that changed a point to MHS late, and they were able to finish it off. Danvers, it's another point on this one, now down by 2. Wobno spikes, finish, gets the serve back. A kill for Isabel, makes it 15-12. Another nice setup by Johnson. Danvers is deflecting the ball at the net, but unable to make clean blocks. And the deflections are making it tough for the back line. There's a block by the Magicians, but it goes out of bounds. Off the hands of Amatis, just checked in. Serve back to the Falcons, trailing by 2. Trailed by as many as 8. It was 11-3, Marblehead. Outscored them 10-4 since then. Contact with the net by the Magicians. Point to Danvers. 1-point game here in set number 3. The Magicians need a big play. Parkman to Johnson. Amatis, good control on the spike. Returned by Danvers. Johnson, the third touch, pushes it too far and out of bounds. We are tied up at 15. An unexpected comeback here by Danvers in set 3 from 8 down to tie it up. They've outscored the Magicians 12-4 in the last 16 points. Off Sweetenham's hands, Parkman chases it down, it's in the air. Wobno with the long hit, gets it over from the curtain. What a play. Blocked at the net by Sachs. Wobno keeps that one alive. Johnson back to Wobno. And not enough on that one, into the net. What a ridiculous play initially by Isabel, backing all the way up. There was maybe an inch or two between the ball and the curtain. Was able to play it cleanly and hit it as far as she could to keep that rally alive. But that's 4 straight points for the Falcons, and they have the lead. She won't be able to save that one. That's 2 plays back-to-back off the hands of the reigning NEC Player of the Year. Five straight points for Danvers, and they lead it 17-15 from down 8 to up 5. The Magicians do not want game number 3 to slip away from them here at home. Again, with such a big lead, dominating set 3 early on after taking set 2 to even things up. A 5-point run here from the Falcons. And they still have the ball. Matchup between the 28th ranked team in Division II in the Falcons and the 15th ranked team in Division II in the Magicians. Sweetenham, DePaulo with the first touch, sent over by Newton. Johnson sets Sweetenham up, tipped at the net, play continues. Newton again, Wobno under it. Johnson takes it herself. The Falcons back up. Miscommunication. The ball drops to the floor. 17-15, the Magicians 16. The Magicians get a point back and trail by 1. Trying to tie it here. Good crowd and including some of the male athletes trying to encourage their team and classmates. The whistle comes from the down official. The Magicians look confused. The call goes against MHS, so it seems. Point on the board for the Falcons, and it's 18-16. Maxine Lapine serves. Wabno, Johnson, Sweetenham. Carry by Johnson, 19-16. Sweetenham down to the court to play it. Amatis has her attempt blocked. Wabno out of bounds, offline. 20-16. Three straight for Danvers. They have 8 of the last 9 points. Sweetenham set up by Johnson. And finally, they get a point. Lapine unable to return. They kill the serve after 3 straight for Danvers. Julia Potvin will do the honors for the Magicians. They trail by 3 here late in set 3. Third touch from Lapine. Sweetenham, Potvin, back to Kira, blocked at the net. Point to the Magicians. As it goes out of bounds. Back within 2. The same sort of situation that Danvers was in set 2. Danvers touched the net there. I believe it was Walsh. 3 straight for MHS, down by 1. Trying to salvage set 3 after being up 8. Fighting back from being down 5, and they have tied it up at 20. Couple self-inflicted errors by the Falcons. Hansen straight up in the air. Sabin made a play. Back to Hansen. Newton can't get it over into the net. Point Magicians, they take back the lead. 5 straight points. Trailed it 20-16. Make it 6 straight. The ace from Potvin. 22-20. Great job by the Falcons to keep that alive. Sweetenham taps it over. Great play. Chose not to spike it hard. 23-20. 7 straight points. After 8 of 9 went to Danvers, it's 7 straight for the Magicians to take back the lead. Head coach of the Falcons, George Lefesseur, is not happy. A huge collapse here by the Falcons late. It's been an interesting third set. Both teams have had big leads. Magicians led 11-3. Danvers just led by 5, now trail by 3. MHS 2 points away from taking set 3. A huge block at the net. More great play by the Magicians up front. That goes out of bounds. It's 24-20. Eight straight. Trying for 9 to close it out. In the hands of Julia Potvin. Continues her great set of serves here in set 3. That's over the head of Wabno. That is on the line. But the referee says out of bounds. Point and set to the Magicians. 9 straight points for a huge comeback to take set 3. They lead it 2-1 after 3. We'd like to take this moment to thank National Grand Bank for being our community partner in bringing you MHS Sports on MHTV. We'll be right back with more volleyball. The Magicians will look to close it out right after this. Welcome back. The teams are back out there for set number 4. It's been back-to-back, 25-20 wins for the Magicians in set 3 and set 2 after dropping set 1, 25-17. We do have the reverse game script coming into play here from the first time they met. But let's see if they can break that script here. The Magicians can finish it off with 3 straight. We went to 5 sets in their first meeting. The Magicians want to pick up their 13th win of the season without a game 5 here against the Falcons. It's been a tight one. They're going to want to close it out. They started off with the first point of set 4. Morale was high in their huddle just now. Smiles on their faces, pressure's on Danvers. Coach Colleen Miller seems to be in better spirits now with a 2-1 set lead than in that second set. Joking around with the officials at the break. Spike attempt from Newton into the net, 2-0 Magicians. This is the same way set 3 started, with a 2-0 Magicians lead. They'll be 1 point better at least here in set 4 with a 3-0 lead. Remember, the Magicians led 11-3 early on in set 3, but anything can happen in this sport. As we saw, Danvers able to get back into it. First touch forces the Falcons way out of bounds. They're able to keep play alive. Johnson's going to get called for the pushover. carry, and it's 3-1. Marblehead will return. Sweetenham falls forward, makes a play. Johnson, then Potvin. Kept alive by the Falcons. And the spike by Walsh is successful. Johnson can't return it, and it's 3-2. Ball's in the air. Sweetenham down to the floor to play it. Comes off her hands wrong, and it's 3-3. So a tight start here to set number 4. 3 straight from the Magicians, and then 3 straight right back from Danvers. Serve too far. Out of play from DeVitt for 3, Marblehead. The Magicians will see more blue and white in their next game against Swampscott. Their rivals will come here to the Fieldhouse with a 6-10 record, ranked 30th in Division III to take on the Magicians. As Sabin made contact with the net on that point, which goes to Danvers. Bewilderment on the faces of Sabin and Sweetenham as they look at each other after that call. Too far from Potvin, and Danvers has the lead here in set 4, 5-4. Three games this week, all at home for the Magicians as they finish out the regular season. Finish up with Ipswich on Friday. That Swampscott game is Thursday. 5:30 start against the Swamp, 6 o'clock start on Friday against Ipswich. Let's give the Tigers some more time to get here on a Friday night. That should be a great one. Excited to have the call of that. Hope you'll join us for that one. The stream will start about 5:45. We'll put out the live stream link during the day on our Facebook pages. All right, Marblehead TV Facebook page, my Twitter page at JessMHTV Sports. Good rally here between the two teams. Big point, all tied up at 5. Tapped over, Parkman. Potvin sets up Sweetenham. 2 hits at the net, point to the Magicians, well earned. And they take the lead back. Danvers only has 1 game left on the schedule. They will play Bill Ricca Memorial on Friday night. Their final regular season game. Newton stuffed at the net. Magicians couldn't make the play on that one. Madeline Cole, the initial block. A little bit more confusion between the Magicians and the referees. Lucy Sabin thinking she's making some clean plays here. Tie game at 6. It'll be senior night against Swampscott. It'll help fire the team up. This serve from Hansen goes out of bounds. 7-6 Magicians. It's the only meeting between the Magicians and the Big Blue. Newton with the spike attempt is blocked again by Cole. Madeline having a breakout game here. Sweetenham with the serve. Off to Vitt's hands. offline for Newton. The Magicians lead it by 3. Another serve by Kira. This time it is played back over by Newton. Potvin looking far side for Wabno. And good spike finish. Audrey Lapine for Danvers. 9-7. That ends a streak of 3 straight points for MHS. Potvin and Cole at the net. They watch Kira fall for it. Makes a good play. Parkman sends it back over. Lapine across to DeVitt. Called for the push. Point to MHS. That point goes to Danvers. I think they missed one for Marblehead. Maybe I'm off by 1. Oh, there we go. They got it up on the board. Okay, it's 10-8. We're right. Falcons serve, trailing by 2. There's a wet spot on the floor on Danvers' side. Ready to go. Here's DePaolo. Sweetenham. Right at the net, Potvin keeps it alive. It looks like she did make contact with the net. You can see it waving just a bit. 10-9. A very close set number 4. Danvers tries to force set 5. The Magicians want to send them home. 3 straight for the Falcons. 10-all. Been tied at 3, tied at 5, tied at 6, and now tied at 10. More deliberation between the officials. A deflection against the Magicians. And let's see, the officials are going to talk about it. They've awarded the point to Danvers. But the Magicians football players in the crowd think that they saw it well. There's no deflection. You can see some of the other faces in the crowd also think that it's Marblehead's point. And they do switch the call. It's Marblehead's point. The referees are having a tough night. Now Lapine will plead her case. Sweetenham will join the conversation, get the explanation delivered to both sides. Points on the board for the Magicians. Johnson's going to come in to serve. They've had to change a handful of calls here tonight. This one goes in favor of Marblehead. They've had a few big ones go their way. Wabno gets it over. It was touched at the net. Lapine flies in, cuts off DePaolo, who had a play on the ball, and Johnson finishes on the other side for Marblehead. Puts it right where the Falcons weren't. 12-10. Lapine across for her sister. They're able to connect and get it over. Here's Wabno. Parkman keeps it alive. Ball was going out. Lapine at the net. Can't play it. Point to Marblehead. They lead by 3. So 3 straight for MHS after Danvers had 3 straight. This has been the tightest game back and forth so far. Sweetenham can't connect on that one. Big ball from Newton on the other side. Back within 1. Excuse me, 2-point lead, 13-11. Johnson tapped over by Sachs. More miscommunication and breakdown from the Falcons. Callahan closest to it. They let it drop again. It's 14-11. Back to a 3-point lead for the home team. Serve to Isabel. Sends DePaulo back. Taps the net. Then Sachs. And Sweetenham able to keep it alive. Newton spikes it over. Wabno backtracks off the Parkman hit. Sweetenham spikes it over. Rally continues. Wabno down. Sweetenham. Potvin sends it over. DePaulo way back, up in the air. Third touch is a good one. Johnson looking for Sweetenham. Returned straight over by Newton. That shows off the power Kira has. Blocked at the net by Danvers. Point to MHS after the long rally. Really nice plays by both teams to keep that one going. Magicians strong enough to finish it off. Johnson back to Wabno. Long pass over. Going to be a tough play for Danvers. They make it happen. Sweetenham. Newton. Spiked by Callahan. Return. Sweetenham with the light tap. Back-to-back good rallies. These teams finding rhythm. Back and forth they go. DePaulo. Lapine sent over by Callahan. Chased down by Wabno. Cross court. Sweetenham finishes it. Deflected at the net. And falls in front of the outstretched DePaulo. 16-11. Biggest lead of set 4 for MHS. Lapine lightly over. Johnson sets Sweetenham up too far, out of bounds. No deflection this time. 16-12. DeVitt in the game for Danvers to serve. Target Sweetenham. Johnson. Wabno with one fist. Gets it over. Wabno to Sweetenham. And then Potvin near side. Played by Newton, sends DePaulo way back. Third touch, out of bounds. DeVitt, a desperate play to get it over on the final touch. 17-12 Magicians. And Parkman serving. Judging on tonight, that's who they want back there. Great play by Sweetenham up over the net. Puts the ball down on the Falcons' side with just a touch. 6-point lead. Newton sends it over for Danvers. Johnson sets Sweetenham up. Assist to Johnson. Finish by Sweetenham. And that is a sweet connection. 19-12. Remember, the Falcons came back from down by 8 in set number 3 to take a 3-point lead. So this is not over. Parkman's serve into the net. She'll come off. 19-13. They bring in Remington Tilkins, number 15 for the Magicians. Her first action tonight. Serve from Lapine. Another great finish by Kira. (2013). That kills the Danvers serve. Potvin, that left-handed serve, an ace. 21-13. Huge block at the net. Cole and Sabin again combine for a point, denying the Falcons. 22-13, biggest lead of the night. Kira rises up, makes a play. Danvers unable to return. An anticipatory play by the reigning NEC Player of the Year. Two points away from the win. That one goes right off the face of the Danvers returner. DeVitt. They have some marks from that one. A hard Potvin serve. Play continues. Cole sends it over. Lapine keeps it alive. And point to Danvers. The setup by Alyssa Gentile. We've seen her first action. 23-14. 4 straight for Marblehead. That serve somehow stays in bounds. Had enough spin on it to do so. And Hansen with the ace. 23-15. There's Tilkins. Fake setup for Cole. It goes to Sweetenham. Point for MHS. That makes it game point. They can take the match right here, looking for win number 13, their star with the serve. And outstretched Sweetenham can't keep it alive. (24-16). The Magicians can still win it here. Sweetenham, it's Tilkins, sends it over. Lapine, spiked. Magicians can't control it. Cicerone with the good placement on the spike. Gentile will check out. They're going to bring Wobno back in. Wobno looking for the return. She gets it, spiked into the net. 24-18, 3 straight points for the Falcons. The Magicians looking for that final one. Served by Newton, Wabno, Potvin, here's Cole. Newton, Lapine, Cicerone. Set up Cole again. Kept alive by the Falcons, what a play. Wabno looking to end it, and she does. 25-18. The Magicians take set 2, 3, and 4, and they take the match from Danvers to improve to 13-3 on the season. Great effort by Danvers on that final point down to the court to keep it alive, but Isabel able to finish it off for the Magicians and send Danvers back home with the loss. They drop to 7-12 on the year. Stay tuned. When we return, I'll announce the Marblehead Sports Shop player of the game. There are a few options tonight. Welcome back to MHS Sports on MHTV. Tonight's Marblehead Sports Shop player of the game is Madeline Cole. We didn't see a lot of Madeline in our first broadcast that we had this year. She really stood out here tonight. Some big-time blocks at the net, some big-time finishes. Just a junior, Madeline Cole had a great game tonight, so congratulations, Madeline, from the Marblehead Sports Shop and MHTV. We'd like to thank the Marblehead Sports Shop for being our community partner and bringing you the Player of the Game award. And we'd like to thank National Grand Bank for being our community partner and bringing you MHS Sports on MHTV. Once again, the final score, 3-1 Magicians, their 13th win of the season. We'll be back. We're going to see them play Ipswich at the end of the week. Look forward to that as they wrap up their regular season. For all of us here at MHTV Sports, I'm Jess Burton. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.